Hey guys, welcome to the shop. I'm going to do a relatively short video on how to upgrade, replace the drive for a Bachmann Annie. This is the Bachmann 460, and as you can see, this one is one of the older versions. It's got the plastic side rods. It's, the drive itself is not the best. This was one of their earlier versions, so the gears, the motor, not all that great. And so I'm going to show you how to take this off and replace it with a brand new one. You can see this one's, the colors are different, but it's the exact same drive, except this one has got metal rods, metal valve gear. The motor itself is a little bit beefier, a little bit bigger, and you can see it's comes with everything you need. So we're going to start out by removing this drive, and there is a screw here which I've already taken out, a screw here I've already taken out, and then you've got two screws. They're really hard to see. There's one down in there. You can sort of see it, and the other one's hidden over in here, and these hold the front end and the air tank in. There's another two screws in here, do the same type thing. They hold the air tank in, so we've got two on the left, two on the right, two in the back, and then we've got this screw right here. Not this one in the back, but this one in the back here. I like to do is have a tray, and so as I take my screws out, I'll put them in there. One quick thing about this before we go too crazy is you can see this is already pre-wired. It's already got the switches in it. So all we have to do is take the old one off, bolt the new one in, and put the little screw the switch into the front, and that's it. So let's get started, and I'll show you what it looks like next. Alright, so I've got the two side screws removed. I want to point out something. You can see where the screws go for the air tanks here and here. I actually use a pair of tweezers to pull the screws out so they won't get lost down in the drivetrain. And so at this point, basically all we do is we just pick it up, and if we lift very, very carefully in the back end, you have to lift this back. You have to pull it back because it lifts over the coupler, and then as you can see, it just comes right off. We've got these two wires that come up for the switches. The only thing we're going to do right now is remove these two screws for the weight, because we're going to take the weight off of this one and move it over to the new one. And so I'll do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and I've got the new weight transferred over to the new drive, and I've taken the smoke box, actually just slides right off if you're very careful, and I've already got the new switch, the old one taken out, the new one put in. There are two leads that you come off of this pigtail up here, and you just screw them into the smoke unit, and boom, you're done there. And that's it. We're ready to put it back together and test it and see how it runs. Couple of things about this changeover. These new drives, not only are they a little bit better, and they've got the metal valve gear and the metal rods. They look better, they run better, but they're only about $50, $50 to $55, depending on which version of the valve gear you get. The Bachmann parts website carries these, and this one was $50. I'm doing this for a friend. The more complex valve gear runs about $55. Now you have to be patient and watch their website, because most of the time they're around 100, 150, depending on the month. But it seems like every other month, or every 3 months or so, they will run a sale on these drives, and they'll be $50 to $55. The ones with the plastic rods and the older motors or whatnot, they run about $35 new. But if you're going to replace it, you might as well spend a little bit more money and get the better version. So give me just a moment here and we'll put the top back on, we'll line everything up, and we'll put the screws back in and it'll be back together. Alright, so we've got the engine put back together, all the screws are back on, and everything's tightened up. The last thing we have to do is reattach the braces. Now if you look down here, there are 2 holes, and these are pilot holes. You have to drill them out so that the new piece will fit in. And so in order for this end to go down in there, we have to drill it out. So I'm going to use my pen drill and drill out the hole that's furthest away on either side, and then those will be ready to go in. Alright, so we've got the two holes drilled out and the braces put back in, and everything is ready to go. So I'm going to put this on my test track, hook up the tender to it, and make sure everything's running like it should be. Alright, so I've got a power supply and headlight works, which means the smoke will be working. And we are good to put it back in the box and get it back to its rightful owner. Like I said, you can pick up these drives for about $50 depending on the month. You just got to watch the Bachmann parts website. And you know, these are great because you can take the old ones and do a kit bashing with them or whatever, and or use the pistons for stuff, or the front wheels for the Lego thing that I posted a while back. Or you can take the old drive wheels off and set them outside a building or a shop, make it look like there's work going on. But hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time.